Immediately there's like trucks outside my window, lawnmowers going. Doesn't anyone respect practice time anymore? It's a damn shame, state of the world. You know, we used to be a proper country. We live in a society. How y'all doing, everyone? Happy Monday morning. We are not quite focused yet. There we go, that's better. I need to just like lock the focus in place, but I feel like that doesn't work also, because I can keep the focus here, but then if I want to show something up close, then it doesn't focus on it. I don't know. This camera sucks. Sorry, I'm still warming up. I just figured if I'm just sitting here doing warm-ups, might as well start the stream, maybe do a little warm-ups on camera. These are fun little, I think they're called noodles. It's a Caruso. I talk about them all the time. Julie Landsman on YouTube has a video series, Caruso exercises. I think this one is in intervals. It's one of them. There's like 3 parts to one of them is like intervals, noodles, spiders, something like that. It's one of those. It's only supposed to go an octave. Sometimes I push it a little further because we push the envelope over here. We're not content with the status quo. No, no. No, no. Never. We're always striving to push a little further because of the law of adaptation. What's difficult today becomes a little less difficult tomorrow. I don't know if it's a true law or if it's just like a platitude for, you know, practice and you'll get better over time, but I'm quoting that from Dr. Brian Shook. So if you have issue, take it up with the good doctor. Oh, my neck. My posture is bad. Can't quite get the C, but that's okay. We don't expect to, usually. I think, first things first, I am not the realist, but I do want to, do need to finish up warming up. So normally I do these before stream, but I feel like that kind of truncates, shortens my warm up, and then my actual practice suffers for it a little bit. So that's I've kind of stretched out my warm-ups for stream, hence I still need to do them. So tuba flexibilities are a good one that I like to do. They kind of stretch me up into the high range after, dealing in the low. It kind of just spans the entire working range of the horn from bottom to top. And I like that one. So we'll do that. Just keeping warming up. Taking it nice and slow on a Monday, I tell you. I only practiced for like 3.5, 4 hours yesterday, so I'm a little, not to say I took the day off, but by my standards, kinda. Jump is crazy. What is up, JL? Good to see you, my friend. Welcome and happy tootin' to you as well. Love to see it. How you doing? How's your weekend? How's your week going? How are things? What is good? All out of tune there. Good to hear. Glad to hear. Mine's been good. I've been still building out my kitchen. Although we have a cabinet that is now attached to the wall. We got one put together and put up on the wall. So that's been the big development, I guess, this weekend. We got a bunch. I say a bunch. We have 2 more to assemble and put on the wall. And then we can start building the base cabinets, which are going to be a whole other thing because we got to move the fridge and the range all out of the way. We got to do floor around them. So the bases are going to be a little bit crazy, but we got the uppers ready to go up on the wall and one already up on the wall. Yo, Vanks, good to see you, my friend. How are you? I am doing quite well. Just talking about, I'm building kitchen cabinets. Don't know if I've talked about it a million times already on stream, but that was most of my weekend, was finishing getting one like ready to put up on the wall and attaching it to the wall. So we got major milestone there, and then yeah, just more of it this week. So it's been busy, but it's been good because hopefully the end is like off in the distance, but within sight now. I cannot tell you, I haven't had a kitchen in since February. I think we started demolishing in February. So yeah. It sucks, but yo, and Emdor, good to see you as well. Hope you're having a good Monday, good times with your Discord symphony. Great to see you, my friend. Still out of tune. That was weird, but the top notes sounded good. High range seems like it's working decently. Oh my goodness. Love it. There's always water. I have had the worst time trying to find the water in my horn today, and I don't know why it is. Probably the same reason this camera doesn't focus. But like, it's just been impossible. I empty out all my valves and I still have water, and I twist it and turn it and try and get it to dump out the bell. Still have water. There's always water in the banana stand. Spend my weekend playing basketball and studying some physics and chemistry. Yo, that sounds like a freaking good weekend, dude. I remember basketball. Back when I had free time to be able to play. Also, it's kind of miserable being in Florida and playing basketball outside in June. It's like 95 degrees, 100% humidity, sun scorching down on you. Like, basketball and outdoor sports are kind of a spring, fall, winter thing in Florida. But also, that's just me being a baby and finding an excuse to not. But, you know, I could just do it and be a legend. You know. I'm lazy. I'm building a kitchen, all right? I think I'm allowed to be a little lazy. But I do want to get back. I've been begging my girlfriend to go out and play to shoot some hoops with me, because she's the one that she got me into playing basketball in the first place. I'd never really played growing up. Just like casually with some friends after church group on Wednesdays. I was never any good. I'm still not any good, but it is fun. I enjoy it. I love basketball, dude. Not so much the physics and chemistry, but basketball. That's a good shit. But what is basketball if not applied physics? And like geometry and calculus and all that shit. You're just studying physics in a practical setting with a basketball. Yeah, that's the ticket. Chemistry, maybe not. Yo, what's up? Don't mess up. I'm gonna try not to. I remember your username because I'm pretty sure I made that exact same joke. But I apologize. It takes me a minute, a few times to remember like a username to a person. So I don't think I remember your username for sure. But in any event, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Hope you had a good weekend, having a good Monday. What the hell? I was about to say that's not my tattoo. Anyways. Yikes. Those C's are tricky. Not only do C's get degrees, but C's are tough. Did we have steak? Oh my God, I can't believe I haven't told y'all about steak night. Yes, we absolutely did. Holy cow. So we go to a Texas Roadhouse that's by us because my girlfriend used to work there, and she has a history with the steaks in the cases. She was like the top salesperson by getting people to go and actually look at the steaks in the cases. Because a lot of people, like, I never look at the steaks in the cases. I'm always just like, I'm a menu Andy, right? So we always split a ribeye from the cases, and she found one that was like, it was literally like 2 inches thick at the cap. Oh my God! I think it was actually a 20 ounce. We usually split an 18 ounce. I'm pretty sure we split a 20 ounce ribeye. And I tell you that it's just, they do it right. I don't know if it's like all Texas Roadhouses, but this one that's by us does them right every single time. Oh my God, it was so good. It was meat butter. It was beef butter, essentially, cutting into that cap. Ooh, steak night. What's up, Traversary? How you doing, friend? Good to see you. How are things? How was your weekend? How's your Monday going? Hopefully well. I'm talking about I had a steak night with the girlfriend last Friday, and oh my God, it was so good. Tonight, we might even, the place we go for Taco Tuesdays, they have 99-cent tacos on Tuesday. Absolutely phenomenal. Tonight, they have $5 burritos. We might do that tonight, because, like, yum. Did you watch that video? Adam Neely. I did not watch it. I honestly have not had time this weekend because we've been building out the kitchen and the cabinets and stuff, but making a lot of progress. And I might watch it over lunch today. I'm really bad about like actually sitting down and watching something because I'll go out, get lunch, and just turn on a random YouTube that's on my subs or something, and then I just forget. Out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. But if I remember to, I do want to. Because it's a very interesting topic. The music theory and like white supremacy, right? That is, I am intrigued. My interest is piqued, as it were. I just have not gotten around to it yet, and I do apologize. I haven't done anything this weekend other than cabinets. And a lot of cabinets. So I'll see you again in this week's Friday. I mean, I'll be here. I'll be here for sure. If you'll be here, then yeah, absolutely. We're not going to have another steak night on Friday, but we'll definitely be here practicing. And I'll be here Monday. Today is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Absolutely. I'm out here playing every day. I might not stream it every day, but I do play every day. Like yesterday. Yesterday was an off day for me. It was an off day, so I only did my hour and 15 in the morning and then a 2-ish hours afterwards. So I got like 3 and change, almost 4. And that to me is an off day. Usually I'm like pushing 5 or 6 hours, but you know. It's interesting to me because I'm a brown person trying to get into a European conservatory, and I'm sure it's very relevant, absolutely, and probably why I have a blind spot to like, no, that's an outrageous, 2 things to lump into, whatever but that's my privilege showing, I'm sure, having never had to experience any sort of, negative impact based on the color of my skin. But I am interested in learning about that part of your experience, if that is an experience that you've had, other people's experience for sure, to try and widen my own horizons, because like surely I, as a French horn player, I'm not perpetuating. I would like to think I'm not perpetuating whatever sort of, but having never heard of it, maybe I am unintentionally. That's the beauty of it, is diversifying your breadth of scope and making sure that you don't have blind spots. But yeah, I'll always be here. Oh, thanks, dude. I'll always be here. We're always gonna be here, dude. I love that. I appreciate that, my friend. Thank you so much. All right, let me run through some trills just real quick, and then we'll get into playing some fun stuff. Ooh. We'll do coprosh as well. Gotta do it. We're gonna be better about being coproshed. Coproshed up to the fucking gills! Hell yeah. Dude, what up, Professor? Woot woot and toot to you, my friend. How are things? You got the stamp of approval. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Traversary. I do try my best, but we are all human. We are all, to err is human. No, poverty's nerfect, though we try. Good intentions, sometimes flawed execution. Cooking myself out of bed this morning, dude, I feel that. It's not often that I actually sleep until my alarm goes off, because my girlfriend leaves like 20 minutes before my alarm goes off, so usually I'm just up by then, but I was like at my alarm, and I was this close to hitting snooze too, and that never happens. It is a Monday after all. Feel that deep in my bones. What is up, Jacob Hussman? Good to see you, my friend. Thanks for stopping by. How are ya? We're about to do some lip trill exercises. Hopefully they work. If I can find this dang water in my horn. There was a lot of it. There was another lot of it. Snooze my alarm for an hour? Dude, an hour though? An hour is intense. I don't remember the last time I snoozed for an hour. Like, if it's that kind of morning, it's that kind of morning. I hear you. Gotta keep my practicing up. Yeah, dude. Go practice. Hell yes. Do your practice. We love practicing in this house. All we do is practice. We ain't talking about recitals. We ain't talking about concerts. We ain't talking about chamber ensembles. We talk about practice. I know ball. Glad I don't have jazz band today. I wake up way too early for it. Dude, that's awesome. I love that. I love that for you. When did you start to relearn horn? It was November? December? Actually, you know what? I don't know off the top of my head, but I should. Back, the first day one of practice, the stream, was the first day that I picked it up in, many, many, many years. So if we go back to the beginning, day one, November. Day one was November. Yeah, November the 5th. Damn. It's been a long time. I mean, not really, but like, wow. When I asked you to play the Jurassic Park theme and you played it beautifully. Well, thank you for having never heard it. I had the nostalgia and I watched it on Saturday evening. Dude, and how was it? Did it hit just as hard? Was it a worthwhile rewatch? Because sometimes they're not. Sometimes the nostalgia glasses get the better of you and you watch a movie and you're like, oh, damn, that actually is trash. Not to say that Jurassic Park is trash, but like I have nostalgia for... I watched, when I was a kid, it's called The Master of Disguise, starring Dana Carvey. And apparently, that is just an awful, awful film. No, like, very just bad. And so that's one that I watched a lot as a kid. But I'm kind of like, I don't really think watching it as an adult would do anything positive for my recollection of it, you know? So that's when I'm kind of content to leave in the vault. Yes, I did play 15 years ago. I was never in my university orchestra. Let me get that out of the way just real quick. I never made it up to the orchestra level. I only did my freshman year at university in Horn. I was in the collegiate band, sort of the lowest level, my first semester. Second semester, I auditioned second chair in the wind ensemble, which is like the step up of that. But I've actually never played with a proper orchestra. Yeah, I would like to. I would love to. There's a local, like regional, semi-professional, quasi-professional orchestra in my town that as soon as they post an audition list, I want to take that audition this summer, for like a sub list or an extra assistant horn maybe sort of position, but they have not posted their audition requirements yet. Whereas last year they had their auditions on like May the 10th or something. So we're already a month past when they had them last year. I don't know what they're doing. Favorite piece? Do I have a favorite piece? Strauss 2. Strauss 2 in terms of like horn solo pieces, I think. In terms of like overall like orchestral symphonic yo, hello Dipsy, sister of Vanks. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Favorite piece. What is my favorite piece, y'all? I might have to chew on like an orchestral piece because I kind of go through phases of them. Strauss, like a lot of Strauss tone poems are really good. Ein Heldenleben is really, really good. Till Eulenspiegel I really enjoy. Mahler's I don't love all that much. I like the excerpts for them, but they're just so long. Tchaikovsky 4 and 5 are really, really, really good. I've been listening to Schumann, some of the Schumanns. I don't know one in particular, but those are really good. Symphonie Fantastique by Berlioz is up there. That was a really, really good one. That's a very difficult question. I might have to chew on that. I'll chew on that while we chew on some trills, maybe. Do you have a favorite piece, Jacob? Or anyone in chat? Favorite piece of orchestral or instrumental music? Favorite piece of contemporary music? I'd love to hear. Almost. The Witch and the Saint by Stephen Reinecke. Let me, because I'm very bad about actually listening to things that people mention or suggest. The Witch and the Saint. Here we go. Let me add it, and now that's on the playlist. Thank you so much, Mythic Legend. You are indeed living up to your name. You are a Mythic Legend. Love that. Love to hear it. Hope you're having a good day. Those ones kind of sound like they trill. Hey. Ow. Ow. That's so fucking stupid. I swear. Just jammed my mouthpiece right on my tooth. Oh. Anyways. Bluebird, or maybe it's Blackbird by Alexis French with 2 F's. F-F-R-E-N-C-H, I think. That's a really good piano piece. The Haydn Trumpet Concerto. I really love the Haydn Trumpet Concerto. Mozart's Clarinet Concerto as well. There's so many, like, really, really, really good pieces. Bagatelle by Hermann Neuling. Villanelle by Paul Dukas. Bernard Haydn's Horn Sonata. That one's a bit of an underrated, sort of a sleeper pick. Maybe a bit controversial, but I really like that one. I don't know. sister's so happy that you took her name. Hey, well, I'm so glad to hear that. Because I'm so happy that both you and your sister are here and hanging out with me. So it cuts both ways, my friend. Hell yeah. How could I forget, talking about Haydn, the trumpet concerto, the horn concerto in D, freaking Cape Horn, performed by Radovan Vlakovic. There's a really good video on YouTube of Radovan Vlakovic playing Cape Horn. That is a really good piece. Hunter's Moon by Gilbert Vinter? Like, it'd be quicker to name the pieces that I don't like. And I don't even know if off the top of my head what that would be. Samuel! What's up, dude? How are you, my friend? Happy Monday. How are things? Hope you're having a good one. We're gonna finish up this lip trill. We're gonna do some Koprosh. And we're gonna get into some fun stuff. Probably. Maybe. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Let's get that out of here. I'm glad to hear it, dude. Oh, cheers, brother. I'll drink to that. I didn't even notice that the pokey catch was a Bonsley. I honestly should have gone for that. Here's a piece of trivia. Piece of deep lore. Pond bird lore. My favorite Pokemon ever. Any guesses? Any guesses in chat for what could possibly be my favorite Pokemon? I kind of gave it away, but talking about Bonsley. It's not Bonsley, but it is Sudowoodo. So, my one of my good friends in college, fellow horn player, and wonderful athlete. I've talked about him on stream before. He has like Osgood Schlotters and some tendonitis that forced him into horn from percussion, and from even before from basketball into music percussion, and then from percussion into horn. Wickedly talented at like anything he does, which would be annoying if he was not also the nicest person that you'd ever meet in your life. But he got me into playing tennis in college, and so the goofball, he would go and he would just like pick up all the tennis balls, and he'd hold them, 3 in each hand and just whoosh, pseudo wudo, just like strike a pose kind of thing. Pseudo wudo is awesome. And when I was younger, when Pokemon was coming out, I played Gold version. And after Gym 3, after Whitney, I went and I got a pseudo wudo. And it basically just solo ran pseudo wudo to the end of the game. Because it was just so freaking awesome. So that's a little bit of background, inside baseball, deep. I don't know, dude. I'm staying hydrated. That's an excellent point. We should all listen to Vanks right here. Hydration, posture. Bring a string up through the crown of your head. A straight line from neck to either feet or pelvis. Yeah, that is a very good idea. A great reminder. That's what I need to say. It is a good idea, but yes. All right, let's do this co-prosh real quick, and then let's get into some fun stuff. Let me probably move my music stand. Something like that. Excuse me. Totally not hunchbacked when playing French horn. Oddly specific. I'm just playing. I've been really bad because like keeping my music stand during streams up high enough to where I can look straight at it. But if I'm not here and I don't have my music stand, I'm usually like playing off of a table or a counter in front of me, or even worse, like I'll be sitting on the couch and I put my case in front of me and like sort of play it off there. So I've been getting really bad habit about like looking downwards as I do or as I play, which is a really, really bad idea. I've been trying to get better about it, more mindful about it, but posture, very important. How tall are you? I'm like 5'10", 5'11" on a good day. Somewhere in there, just shy of 6 feet. So if anyone out there is wondering, I'm like exactly 6 feet. Not really, I'm a little short, or a little less, but I don't care. I don't care. You're not gonna give me shit for not being 6 feet, because like I'll just put on shoes and I'll be 6 feet. I'll put my put a bun or ponytail on the top of my head and I'll be like 6'3". So who cares? actually is not in a terrible place, which should be a surprise to no one. We've been practicing. I ain't giving you any shit. No, I know. I'm just playing. I know you're not. It's just the whole, like, you know, just wider discourse about, like, if you're not 6 foot, you're like not anything or whatever. I don't care. I'll say I'm 5'10". Screw it. I embrace it. Because I might be a little bit more than 5'10", but if I say I'm 5'10", then the 5'11" people who say that they're 6 feet, they get a little bit more credibility because they're like, oh yeah, you're like, or no, wait, maybe it's the other way around. Maybe I have to say that I'm like 5'11" so that the people who are 5'11" saying 6 feet are actually, because then they'll be like, oh, you're only an inch taller than this dude who's 5'11", you must be 6 feet. That makes more sense. But also, I don't really care about the whole height thing. When I was not too much shorter than I am now when I was in like 6th, 7th grade, maybe even 8th grade. And the school nurse, I don't even remember why I was in there. It was like a BMI, like growth projection thing. They told me I was going to be 6'4". And then I just like grew 0 more since then. So I don't know. I was excited about being 6'4" when I was 12 years old, but alas. Talk about tall at 5'8". So there you go. So now you say you're 5'10". You say you're 5'10", and all of a sudden it's like I could get away with 6 foot. But also the whole height thing, I think, is just way blown out of proportion. Like there's no reason. I'm playing into the joke, but it is not something anyone should be self-conscious about, or you know, anything. People are weird about height. Must be a Smurf? No way, Samuel. No way. Hello, Amber. How are you? Welcome in. Hope you're having a good Monday. It's Monday. I gotta remember. Hope you had a good weekend. How are things? I just practiced that jump. Why do I still not hit it? Oh, I see. I see. I gotcha. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. If you're gonna try and sell me shit, then you get banned. Have I seen Elon Musk in my life by any chance? Not in person. Not in person. Nor do I have any great desire to. Seems like a foul individual. Someone I would not want to spend any sort of time with or near. Not really my type of guy. Kind of a dick, if I had to say. That's okay. Where do you even find Elon Musk? Probably in his bunker, tripping out on a K-hole. Nowadays. Who knows? I think Texas. As a science person, I adore him. No offense. No offense taken. I am not offended. But, you know, the whole Nazi thing, the whole, you know, canoodling in bed with pedophiles kind of thing, just kind of sours me on him as a person. Plus, he doesn't actually do any of the science stuff. He just sits on boards of companies and owns companies. He doesn't know how to do anything, which was wildly apparent when he bought Twitter and fired all the engineers and started trying to talk about shit about why Twitter was imploding at the time, is because he fired all the engineers, not because of whatever technobabble he was spouting off at the time, which was bullshit. And again, there's the whole Nazi thing. So I find very little to idolize about the man. Anyways, but that's going off on a rant, whole other thing. A lot of people are hating on Teslas here in Berlin, also because they're just shitty cars. They're just not, like, they're electric, sure, but they're not built well. From what I understand, I see scuttlebutt on Reddit and about how, you know, the quality of them is not super great, which I don't know. I've never driven one. I've never owned one. I don't want one. But, like, you know, it's outside of my purview as a dude out here playing tootin on French horn to get into geopolitical sort of matters, is what I'll say. Oh, goodness. Let's play some Haydn trumpet stuff. And the fact that you're idolizing a person for having more wealth than anything, like the wealth yes, he is a trillionaire, sure. But, like, that inherently is evil. Think about all the mountain of gold that this asshole is sitting upon and doing nothing to help hungry people, you know, starving people, contributing to medical research, contributing to, you know, climate research, committing to infrastructure in the country in which he lives. No, he's instead purchasing social media platforms, fucking amplifying right-wing, using Grok to generate child pornography, fucking getting into arguments and calling people pedophiles, like, even though he is himself in the Epstein files. Never forget the fucking Epstein files, by the way. Like, good could be done with $1.8 trillion that instead gets to get shoved up Elon's ass instead. Like, this is not something to aspire to. This is not something to idolize. Trillionaires should not exist. Billionaires should not exist while there are hungry people in the world. But that's a rant. That's a whole other... We're getting off topic. I don't usually play jazz, Traversary. Thank you for the question. But there is a piece, we might get to this today, actually. It's called Blues and Variations for Monk. In fact, before we get to Haydn, let's do some blues and variations. This is the only jazzy... It's a jazzy, bluesy kind of piece. It's the only one that I've really known for horn, but it is absolutely gorgeous. You got one. You got it, Traversary. And I would say we need to eat them, but you know, we could start with taxing. I have been looking at some trumpet stuff. The Haydn trumpet concerto, specifically for E-flat trumpet, which took me a minute to figure out how to transpose it because I was trying to do B-flat trumpets when I first did it, and then I saw it was E-flat, so it was much easier than I thought it was going to be. But it's really good. It's really fun. The first movement's really like almost kind of there, at least in terms of playing it. The third movement, if you're familiar, it's got the like really, really fast turns. I don't even know how I would play that. It would just sound muddy and like gross on horn, I think. Anyways, blues and variations for Monk. For unaccompanied French horn, also it's a solo horn piece. See if I can do it right. I haven't practiced this too much, so just to preface. Jeez, my apologies. Is really cool. You're supposed to like be your own cymbal, be your own like brushes doing stuff. what I need to do. You know, as you say now, I remember Gru and his minions. Gru and his minions from him. I'm not sure Gru and his minions. I may have lost the thread of what that was about. My apologies. Nedon the Great! Just tried to kick a door open and completely missed. I'm not Jackie Chan. Well, yikes. Might I suggest using one of these instead? Maybe it might be a little easier to open. But then you lose the swag, so depends on what's more important to you. Great to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. How are things? How's your Monday? Sorry, my towel has gotten all kinds of unfolded. I need to listen to this other variation, variation 3. The one I was just playing and failing at. Because I don't, it's some weird friggin' rhythms and all kinds of stuff. I should get this one like fully done and performance ready. I kind of just been playing bits and pieces of it, but maybe we should do that. There's a question, who is your childhood celebrity crush? Oh, man. What a great question. Honestly, when I was like 6 years old, it was Lola Bunny from Space Jam. But I don't know. I don't know that I had like a single celebrity, like childhood celebrity crush. You know, I didn't grow up with like, or I didn't watch any of those like 90s sitcoms where there was like a super bombshell, like, oh, everyone loves this heartthrob or whoever. Can I growl? I think so, yeah. So like doing yeah. Little growling. I like to do it with or this one, it calls for a growl while stopped. Megan Fox, absolutely. I feel like Megan Fox was like not like a childhood, because I'm like 34. So by the time like New Girl and Transformers came out, I was like late high school, early college, I think. So it's not, I wouldn't count that as like a childhood crush. I'm thinking like, what did I even watch? I don't know. I might have to come back on that. Or come back to that. Favorite YouTuber? Whew. I mean, Alton Brown is on YouTube now, so I think he counts. Like, I have a few genres. So, like, cooking is a big one for me. I really like Brian Lagerstrom. I like Dan Souza from America's Test Kitchen. Oh my God. Brad Leone, formerly of Bon Appetit, now of his own thing. Molly Boz, Carla Lally Music. Claire Saffitz, Alton Brown. maybe a few others, but Adam Liao, although he's been inactive for some time. In terms of like gaming stuff, Northern Lion's always a big hit. I put him on for background noise when I'm practicing quite often. Beals is really good. He does a lot of games that I enjoy. I really like Gotham Chess. Maybe I don't even consider it a guilty pleasure. I think he's just like, apart from his titles and thumbnails, his actual video content I do enjoy quite a bit. Trying to think who else is up there. Epic Name Bro. Dude, Epic Name Bro. Can I tell you, he's been putting out new stuff. A new Demon Souls Let's Play in this, the year of our Lord 2026. Also a Dark Souls 2 Let's Play. Sort of retrospective that I haven't gotten to yet because I'm still going through the Demon Souls Let's Play. He's a really good one. I really like Epic Name Bro. Game. Oh, you're a Minecrafter. See, Minecraft I never did get into. Unfortunately, I feel like if it had come out a little earlier, if I had been a little younger when it came out, I would have been sucked in for sure. It's hard to name a single favorite game because I have so many, like, of genres, like of RPGs. RPGs. I like old timey Super Nintendo ones like Chrono Trigger, Earthbound, Lufia 2 is a really good one. I like roguelikes and roguelites, so like Binding of Isaac, Enter the Gungeon, Slay the Spire, maybe a little less so. I never got into the card or the deck building as much. Still a great game, and I own it, and I played a lot of it. I would have to look through. Pal World is a really good one. I have a lot of fun with that. Super excited for the 1.0 release. Favorite movie, Lord of the Rings trilogy, easily, hands down. That one's an easy question. Yeah, the original Lord of the Rings trilogy stands head and shoulders above everything else. Everything else, and I don't think it's close. As a Spidey fan, I also like Marvel Spider-Man PS4 and the new Marvel Spider-Man one. Yeah. I've watched a lot of speed runs of the Spider-Man games, and they look like a lot of fun. Like there's some really cool tech and like between the movement and the combat stuff and marrying those together and then like trying to run and do stuff. It looks really cool. Looks really. I think I would be overwhelmed at just like because there's a scale of the world and you can just like traverse all of it and just like swing around the entire city and do stuff, and it seems like a little large for like I would get lost in that world, which might be exactly what you're looking for. And the Marvel Spider-Man movies. We talked about this a little last week, I think. When I say we, I just mean it was a topic of conversation last week about who's the best Spider-Mans. And I think mine, I like Tom Holland a lot. Tobey Maguire is a little weird for me. And I never watched Andrew Garfield. And then I think Professor really liked Tobey, and someone else, I forget who, really liked Andrew Garfield. So we had like one vote for each as a favorite Spider-Mans. But I really enjoyed the Marvel Spider-Mans before I kind of jumped off the Marvel train once everything started coming to Disney Plus. Because also I don't have Disney Plus anymore, so I kind of just like have not been able to keep up. But I'm not that worried about it. The web swinging and the graphics are so cool. I'll 100%. That's like, it looks really, really cool. I don't think my PS4 works, and I don't have a PS5. So unless they've ported it to PC, I actually might not even have a way to play it. Oh, that was you, Vex. Okay, you are the Andrew. Very good, very good. I knew it was someone. I couldn't quite. It takes a minute to associate the names with everything. I'm working on it though. Do you like Al Pacino or his films? See, I think I just haven't seen any. Scarface, obviously, like probably one of his most well known, and I don't know that I do know that I have not ever seen that one, but I don't know another Al Pacino movie that I would have seen. I literally couldn't name you one. So I would say I just have no opinion because I haven't seen one, unfortunately. Vex, what's up, my friend? Welcome, welcome. Happy Monday. How are ya? Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you're having a good start to your week. Don't you find chat distracting from the practice? Yeah, sometimes. But also, it is good because if I just sit in practice and just play like I want to just keep playing, I don't take breaks. And so then my practice ends up being cut short, or my chops get very, very, very fatigued by the end of it, and I can't play like anything, sort of thing. So it is good to break it up into breaks. Sometimes, we go off on tangents and take too long of a break, but that's the joy of streaming it, because it's fun. It's also, this is a good time. You saw The Amazing Spider-Man 2 on Sunday, dude. You had a great great weekend of movies. My God, I can't speak. Jurassic Park and Amazing Spider-Man 2. That sounds like a great weekend. I don't know why YouTube would hold that for a review, but I don't know. That's a great question, Traversary, about the diaphragm. Does it need to be strong? I don't know if it necessarily needs to be. Like if you engage it regularly and effectively, efficiently, it will become strong over time and over use. But I think the biggest thing is just making sure that you're engaging it when you're breathing in and controlling the release of air out. I think it's more, the strength will build up over time, but you really want to make sure that the engagement and the proper breathing technique is followed, which does engage your diaphragm, and then it will build up strength. But I don't know if it's necessary to like have a diaphragm of steel, you know what I mean? Yo Henry, what's up? Good to see you. Welcome in. Hope you're having a great Monday, my friend. Just to tell, I'm a diehard Al Pacino fan. Okay, so Dadon the Great. What are some recommended Al Pacino films? Because all I know is Scarface, and I would watch Scarface. I just haven't gotten around to it. Let's throw it on the list. But are there any others that you would recommend? 9 more days now, I'll have my own horn. Yes, that's so hype. Oh my God, I'm so excited for you, Vex. That's so exciting. Are there any exercises you do outside of your horn practice that helps you? I don't. I should do more breathing gym stuff, like breathing exercises and stuff like that. When I finish the house remodel, I have a rowing machine, and I like to do that. I like to do some yoga. Yoga is a big one for professional horn players. Eric Terwilliger famously is also a yogi. And I would like to do that, just, conscious, like get your body in line and then moving appropriately to be able to I think yoga would be very beneficial, and all the deep breathing and stuff. Goose, oh my God, what's up, dude? Wonderful to see ya. Hope you're having a good Monday. How are ya? How are things? I'm new to this channel. What instruments do you play? Do you play any woodwinds? No, unfortunately, I don't. I'm a brass guy through and through. Play baritone and alto sax, currently saving up for a bass saxophone. Ooh, dude, I remember Elliot was a saxophone player, used to come in and chat, and he had like big old neck straps. He could only play his, I think, bass, or maybe even a contrabass or a sub. He had some monstrous saxophone that he was talking about. He could only play for like 15-20 minutes at a time, because it was such a strain on him. It was like huge kind of a thing. But that's awesome. I really, So for me, I play horn mostly. I've dabbled in other brass eventually, or like in the past. I have the guitars. I don't play them. At 350 subs on YouTube, we'll break one out and do some jamming. But yeah, it's mostly horn for the moment. For example, with guitar, I rotate my wrists and do a little finger warm up by stretching my fingers. That's awesome, and that's absolutely. I don't think I usually do when I warming up my fingers by doing like scales. Typically warms up those, and like yeah, I don't think so. I have a 1965 King Zephyr, and I've had it for about a year, trying to get a con bass saxophone. Yo, dude. Holy moly. 1965 King Zephyr. Just so I can see just how sexy that is. 1965 King Zephyr. Okay. Ooh, so these are all Epiphones, but I guess they're the same sort of like semi-hollow body style. Yo, I love that vintage sort of look. Yo, Paint. Puffles was talking smack again. I haven't seen Puffles in a minute. What's up, dude? Good to see you. Gonna be starting your new project, Vex. What is it? What is the new project? Is that not the valves for the horn, right? You should warm up before, because if you don't, it can lead to arthritis or finger issues or even wrist issues. Absolutely, absolutely. I was never good at warming up or doing like dexterity exercises when I got the guitar, because I just want to pick it up and strum and just like play. The only reason that I tolerate the warm-ups and everything on horn the way that I do, because I do warm up quite a bit and properly on horn, is just because my lips don't work otherwise. If I can just make chords and do stuff, then I'm going to skip the warm-ups on guitar, which is why I don't play guitar very much, or definitely seriously. Anyways. Shoot. I need to get that last little part up to speed. But otherwise, that's kind of the first movement. You can watch Godfather trilogy. Al Pacino's in The Godfather? I don't know why, but I did not realize that. I know Marlon Brando and a few others, but I do need to watch The Godfathers because I have not seen them as well. Serpico. Oh, Serpico. Dog Day Afternoon, Devil's Advocate, Scent of a Woman, Honorable Mention, and Justice for All. See, I think I've heard of all of those. Just never actually watched them. I appreciate that. It's going to be a new original, like invented literally from scratch. What? Seriously? That's so interesting. Like, what will it be? Holy cow! That's wow. Because the newest instrument I know of that has been like invented is a theremin. I don't know. This the like electronic little hand wavy thingy. That's so cool. Heard about G conducted? I'm not quite sure, Vanks. Is that a... Yeah, I don't think I have heard of. That's how I want to do it. Cool. Well, then that is the first movement. Apart from a cadenza, which I'm gonna have to do. I don't want to read this one. This one looks, yikes, just a bunch of arpeggios and accidentals and stuff, and it's transposed. And I don't really care to do that at the moment. I'll figure that out when we get there. For now, I'd rather get the rest of the piece. I just love the intro to the third movement. I haven't gotten much further than the third movement because it's got these. If you're familiar with the Haydn trumpet concerto, it's got this part. And it's like, it's crazy. And I honestly have no idea how to even approach that one. So we'll move on from that. Have you watched Rush Hour, the movie that will make you die out of laughter? That's Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker, right? Those I think were a little before my time, because I wasn't watching like adult real movies until I was older than the Rush Hours were contemporary. Unfortunately, I missed out on those. It'll be a wind instrument that can only make one sound, but the sound is a big chord. Interesting. So it's a multiphonic wind instrument, kind of like, how does that work? Do you have, because like bagpipes is what my mind immediately goes to, but that's got a drone and then you play over top of it. And you're saying that it's just like organ pedals, sort of like, and then and it just does those. Did I try palak paneer? I wish I could have. There's only one Indian joint in town that I've been to that's good, and they're like crazy pricey. So no, I was not able to try it. I want to be able to like make some palak paneer, some curries, some stuff, but I haven't been able to cook for the last at my house in the last 4 months. At my girlfriend's house, she's still got her kitchen, but we've been here because we've been working on mine. So unfortunately not, but it is on my list. I would love to. I love a good curry. A good green curry. I usually make just like a chana masala, something, butter chicken type thing. Those are kind of my go-tos, either a chickpea or a chicken type curry. Yeah. Talking about the hulusi? Hulusi? I don't know. We might be. Hulusi. Traditional free reed wind instrument from China, often called the gourd or cucurbit flute. It's characterized by its unique teardrop-shaped mellow tone and the built-in drone pipes that produce an ambient harmonizing accompaniment while you play. What? Holy cow, that's so cool. Check this shit out, you guys. This is a hulusi. Look, isn't that so cool? And it's got a built-in drone that sets the drone pitch while you play. That's really interesting. Yo, that's crazy. Dal makhni is also good. You should try it someday with palak paneer. Ideal, absolutely. I would love to. Dal is lentils, right? Dal makhni. Rich, creamy North Indian lentil dish from Punjab region, made with whole black lentils and often kidney beans, simmered in buttery, spiced tomato-based sauce with cream and butter. Ooh. Oh yes, I want this. Oh, I want that. In and around my mouth. Yes. Oh, you're thinking about something else I've heard of and thought of again. Dude, I'm surprised you don't have one already. You know? Bagpipes sound really thin, which I don't like much. Mine will sound rich but mellow, kind of like an orchestra hit. Oh, that's so interesting. So not the timbre of a bagpipe, right? Because I do find them grating to my ear, especially when they're accompanied. Like if they're on their own and in like on a Scottish golf course or something, they're totally fine. But like if it was with an ensemble or something, it would stick out like a sore thumb, honestly. But if you can but something like that has a mellower timbre, more of a warmth that would blend with an orchestra, that would be really freaking cool, dude. Sorry, too many dudes. That would be really freaking cool. And here we go. We've got a resident Hulusi Grandmaster in the chat. Date on the Great. Oh my god. Look at that. What are the odds? That's so cool. Gifted by my grandmother. Actually from Hong Kong. No way. Dude, what a rich tapestry of humanity and human experience that we have, that we see in chat every single day. This is why I love to stream this shit, is because y'all are so interesting. I love to be a part of this and to learn about you guys. That gets a woot from me as well. Hell yeah. All right, let's look. We did the trumpet. We did the Koprosh. We did a little jazzy. Let's do Mozart 2. I really need to get a Mozart decently prepared, because the Strauss I have decently prepared for an audition, but a Mozart would be good to have prepared as well. And I honestly should actually clean up. Yeah, I should clean this stuff up. Oh my god. Oh my god. I feel like my chops are already starting to get a little... Those B flats are not popping the way they typically do. I don't want to do that. Let me see. Best dessert is Ras Malai. Nothing comes closer to it. More than a mango lassi. Popular South Asian from Bengal, consisting of soft, spongy cheese dumplings soaked in a creamy, sweetened milk sauce, flavored with cardamom, saffron, and nuts like pistachios and almonds. Ooh, yum! That sounds so good, y'all. Look at this shit. Look at this shit and become hungry. Ho 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 ho. Cheese dumplings in a sweet, creamy sauce with nuts like pistachios and almonds. Ooh, that sounds wonderful. Yum. Do you know how to play by ear? I always thought it was a pretty good skill to learn. I'm still learning to be consistent with it, but it's quite fun. So it depends on what you mean, like playing by ear. Like hearing something, and I guess that would be what you mean. That's kind of the only, a little bit, mostly just like hearing a tune, right, and basically going up and down a scale, using a key to do it. So for example, like if I was going to try and learn the concerning hobbits from Lord of the Rings, right, it's kind of a easy. And I've done this, I think, before, but like starting on G, right? G major scale, and we learn the Lord of the Rings thing. So like, and you just like, you know what the tune is, and you know the scale, so you find out what pitches go with what. Like listening to a song and then learning how to play it from just hearing it. So like, yeah, not really. I don't usually. For horn, I usually just find the sheet music. If it's a little tune, I can doodle out something like that. But like, I wouldn't try and figure out Mozart's second horn concerto by ear or anything. It's very useful for guitar, for piano, being able to transcribe stuff that you hear for sure. And I'm not very good at that. But the classes I'm going to take in the fall, some of them are like sight singing, ear training stuff, and I'm pretty sure we have to do some of that for the course as well. So I use whistles for the individual tones because they sound mellow. Whistles, not like the, like that's not a very mellow kind of a whistle. But I'm sure that's either you have a different whistle in mind or a way to mellow the timbre. That's so interesting. You're just gonna invent an instrument, dude. I am blown away. I am truly blown away. It's college night, dude. Gotta wake up early in the morning. Hey, I feel that. Sleep well, my friend. Hope you have a good one. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you later. Sleep well, thanks. And sister, and sorry, Dipsy? Just want to make sure. Apologies. It's back here. I know it is. Yes, Dipsy. Good night to Vanks and Dipsy. See y'all later. Did you know the place where my home is in Hong Kong is just the place where Rush Hour's Hong Kong scenes were shot? No way! I personally met Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker and Jun Tao and Agent Warren. Is that their names in the? I don't. But that's freaking awesome, dude! No way! That's so freaking cool. I did not know. I had no idea. That's cool. Hopefully they were nice and polite, and you had good celebrity experiences. I know sometimes they can not go the way you planned or the way you would have hoped or envisioned. I've heard. I don't think I've heard bad things about I haven't heard anything about Chris Tucker honestly in a long time. But Jackie Chan, as long as you're not LGBTQ or anything, he seems like a nice guy. Whistles don't usually sound mellow because they're very small and their pitch is very high, but if you make a big whistle, they sound mellow. Okay. So how big? Okay, so you're going to have a series of whistles to make different pitches? Like how big? What is the configuration of this? Because it sounds to me like you're kind of inventing a smaller air. All organs are air powered, but I'm thinking of an organ with powered by human air, not air pedals, almost, or like a pan flute sort of. I'm not sure that I can imagine what you're imagining. I think fascinating. Don't know why the long tones part of Mozart 2 are the hardest part. Yeah, I heard that Jackie Chan disowned their child for being a lesbian. That is also what I've heard, and that I don't think I would get along with the man personally, but I do enjoy his kung fu prowess. I'm unsure what lowest note I want to do. I want it to be B3. That's something I hadn't even thought about, is what is the range? Because the range can be literally anything that you either want or can source a whistle or make a whistle to fit that pitch. Because it's not like, the horn, right, because of how it's built, it's got a natural range from whatever to whatever. But you can literally just make it whatever you want it to be. Ooh. It sounds to me like you're going for sort of a middle voice, sort of a middle. Yeah, B3 is no, that's B2. If the lowest note is a B3, that's going to be a bit of a higher voice actually than I was thinking. But I guess with I don't know. I'm not the expert here. I'm just pontificating, thinking out loud. Excuse me. Whew! Goodness gracious, that is Mozart 2. You also play the guitars behind you. If yes, can you play something that too? So I have not in a minute, and it's I would not right now. Unfortunately, my nails are too long and I'm out of practice. But I've committed to as soon as we get 350 subs on YouTube, we're at 333. Then we'll do some guitar stuff once we hit 350. Which means it's going to give me a little bit of time to get back into practice a little bit, or at least toughen my fingers up, because right now they are soft as baby's bum, and they would hurt after like 2 seconds of trying to strum. So we'll give it a bit. So probably in the next, depending on how the next couple of weeks go, I would say there will be a guitar day in the next couple week or two, hopefully. But yeah. It doesn't sound that low on its own, but if you had a big chord stretching from D sharp 4 to F sharp 6 and heard it with it and without, it would sound a lot heavier with it. Absolutely, I see that. I see that as a reinforcing bass, like whatever the range of something is, the lowest of it will definitely add weight and heft, we'll say, to the chord. That's very interesting, and I don't know, like it certainly seems like a niche that is not otherwise filled. Seems like a really cool instrument to have to exist. I guess I was like, because right now it doesn't, but like it will because of your mind. Like what? Out here inventing the next great musical instrument? Like there's gonna be also, you got to think of a name. You're going to have to think of a name because we're going to have concertos for presently unnamed instrument, and orchestra. What's some things that you love about Hong Kong? Honestly, I don't know. I am too ignorant on Hong Kong specifically to be able to say. I don't know that I know that much about Hong Kong. I remember a number of years back there was some demonstrations, protests and stuff around 21, 22, if I remember right. There was like some referendums, there was like a mayoral election, I think, that was going on, and it seemed like the people of Hong Kong were standing up for themselves and their autonomy versus mainland China, which I'm all about power to the people. I think that's the last thing I really have heard of, and I am just ignorant otherwise. So I would turn that around on you. What are some things that I would have no idea about? What are some great things about Hong Kong that you are intimately aware of and familiar with? Educate me, please, if you would. I would love to know. I'm already pushing the limit with B3 because I already have the pipe for it, and it's 35 centimeters long, and for every octave, the length is doubled. Yeah, that's true. I do forget how it doubles each time you go down. So, like, 35 centimeters are not my forte. I was going to be like, yeah, that would be... Let's see. So, like, 35 centimeters somewhere... Somewhere? Don't take this out of context, chat. But like, that would be, yeah. And especially double that to go down just to B2. That would be unwieldy. Unless, and here's the kicker, that's going to be in the version 2.0. The Barry version of the instrument is going to have, or the bass version of it, the sub-contrabass version of it's going to be like, you got to stand on a chair to play. Could also go the other way, have an alto, a soprano, where they just get shorter and shorter. You could literally span the entire auditory spectrum just based on how you decided to do it that day. That's freaking awesome. I'm just not telling you or trying to tell you how to build your instrument, obviously, because I cannot. But like, dang, the imagination is fun. Or like imagining how this, you're inventing an instrument. I'm so awestruck. That's so cool. chops are like kind of dead, I think. Oh, shoot. That's on the previous page, isn't it? No. Wait, it's not. Oh, it's right here. Almost, a foot and 2 inches. So about 14 inches. Okay. So yeah, so something like around here. I actually am 14-inch boards are something that I've cut out quite a few of recently. So it's something that's honestly, because 14 and then to 28, that would be kind of big depending on what you're kind of going for. I don't know that much about instrument making, but if you want to go octaves lower, you have to lengthen the tubing. You can like fold it or bend it, sure, to make it next to each other. Something like a tube axe has the tubing folded next to each other rather than one big long tube, looking like a didgeridoo. I don't know if you can do that, but maybe it's an idea. Yeah, and it might be difficult too, because I think they're using like whistles and stuff, and I don't know if whistles have the ability to curve their tubing as well. Because I mean, French horn's got what, 12 to 14 feet roughly, something like that, of tubing, various, and it's coiled, right? So absolutely, that is definitely a way to go if possible or practical. But yeah, I don't know. I've never seen like a curved whistle. You know what I mean? Like one with like a slide whistle, but that's still straight. I don't know if there's been like, or if there exists one that goes like D and then has like loop-de-loops to make it like a contrabass whistle or some shit. I don't know. Very interesting. Very interesting. Y'all are gonna have me chewing on that for like forever. Thinking about the people in my chat that literally invent instruments out of nothing. Or I mean materials, but you know. From concepts. Absolutely just astounding. Phenomenal. Okay, I'm gonna play the last page of this one again, just to kind of lay it all out there, because it's already up to 1, and I am really hungry for lunch. So we'll close out with the end of Mozart 2. I need to do those octave leaps a little bit more. I can be happy ending off on that. Wasn't the best trill of all time, but it wasn't ever gonna be. given the state of my chops and fatigue. Whew, but we made it through. That's practice. Get out of here. My metronome tuner app. It's also harder to make them sound at all because they overblow easily and need more air. Yeah, that's true. Dude, I sincerely, best of luck. I cannot wait. First off, 9 days till you get your horn. That's number one, first and foremost. But two, I cannot wait to hear the updates. I am thrilled. I will be thrilled to hear your progress because I am fascinated, truly and utterly. Watashi wa. What's up? Did you try the box suite number 3? No. The box suite, the cello suite? I haven't done any cello suites other than the prelude to 1. I listened to 3. I'd have to be reminded of what it is. I think I like 4 a lot. 4 has a really good Curante, I think. You know what? I can actually the cello suites. I think it might be the Curantes. Yeah, 4 is really good. Oh, the air on G string. No, I didn't, and I even wrote it down, didn't I? I did. I sure did. It's here, and also Norwegian wood, and the movement for 3 to the gadfly. I do need to listen to these. I need to watch an Adam Neely video. Those are going to be my. That's my homework for while I eat lunch, which is going to have to happen right now, by the way. Gonna first start with the high voices because they're easier to make, sure. And that is gonna go pretty high. So even, I mean, geez, that's decently high range. You can still get them to have a warm and rich timbre even that high. That's crazy. Best of luck, sincerely. I'm just in awe. Hong Kong's skyscrapers feature dragon gates inspired by feng shui traditions, allowing mythical dragons passage to the harbor while inviting prosperity and prosperity and balance through ancient beliefs, daily joy. Yo, really? Hong Kong skyscrapers, dude. All right. I gotta go, but before we do, Hong Kong skyscraper, dragon gates. Oh, that's so cool. Yo, check it out. They literally they build them with holes cut out of skyscrapers and gates and other, like, for dragons. Yo, I never knew. That's so cool, Daydon. Thank you so much for sharing that. It's going to be just intonation? Just. I know equal and I know harmonic pure. Honestly, I don't even know the difference between I just go by what my tuner sounds like on a. So it sounds like so it'll be all together with itself. Does that blend with an orchestra if it's just? Cause I've been doing my tuner on harmonic just, I think, which might be a little different from regular just. I really ought to look up all those things too, because I don't know what they're supposed to be. But that's really freaking awesome. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get some lunch, y'all. So I'm gonna cut it there. Thanks so much for hanging out. This has been a phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal stream and conversation with each and every one of you. Thank y'all for hanging out. Hope y'all have the best rest of your Mondays, and we'll see you tomorrow for some more practice. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you later. Bye. Peace.